Veterans Day had its origins in the early 20th century. In November 1919, after just 1 year of the Armistice ending World War I went into effect, President Woodrow Wilson declared November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day.
In 1938, Congress approved a bill to make November 11th an annual legal holiday known as Armistice Day to honor the cause of world peace, but it was primarily used to honor World War I veterans.
In 1954, after World War II, the law was amended. The word armistice was changed to veterans, and November 11th became a day to honor veterans of all American wars.
On Veterans Day, parades and ceremonies are held all across the nation to recognize the men and women who have served in the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard. Many people gather together to raise the American flag and sing the national anthem. Some groups hold memorial services for veterans who have passed either in war or during peacetime.
A United States flag is provided at no cost to drape the casket or accompany the urn of a deceased veteran who served honorably in the U.S. Armed Forces. What does the United States flag mean to veterans? Orville Chick Miles, 85 of O'Keene, sees the American flag and amid the stars and stripes, sees the faces of his World War II buddies.
Bob Bower, 86 of Oklahoma City, sees the red, white, and blue and thinks back to those nearly 10 months as prisoner of war in World War II, where he dropped from 122 pounds to a bony 70 pounds.
Mary Shull Thomas, 93 of Oak Arch, was in the Women's Army Corps. She was in a military transport ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when victory in Europe was declared. She spent the next 2 years in France and Italy, returning troops back to the U.S., closing down military locations, and returning assets to the French and Italian governments.
These are 3 examples of the men and women who look at the American flag not as a wind gauge or a decoration, but as a symbol of the lives lost and freedom gained. There is no doubt that our special honoree today, Marine and Korean War veteran Mr. John Beagle, felt the same.
Mr. John Beagle is known as the Flagman of Clifton. He is the force behind the Avenue of Flags. Mr. Beagle and his team of dedicated volunteers work tirelessly at a historic building called the Barn behind Clifton City Hall. There they label each flag, each one dedicated to a veteran.
Every Memorial Day, Flag Day, July 4th, September 11th, and Veterans Day, residents awoke to a star-spangled effect. Hundreds of flags planted in City Hall's backyard, ballooning in the wind from sunup to sundown. Unfortunately, Mr. Beagle passed in March of 2018, but his legacy lives on in the Avenue of Flags.
This Veterans Day, we honor the life and dedication of Mr. John Beagle and of all veterans who have dedicated their lives to country and community.
Many veterans do not hear the words, "thank you." If you see a veteran or someone in a military uniform say something, it will mean the world to them.
As they have honored us through their service and devotion, allow us to honor them through our thoughts, our prayers, and our hearts, today and throughout all of our free tomorrows.